Okay, so that's it. We're gone live. So thank you very much for joining us, which is probably the hottest day of the year, especially for us up here in Skipton, even though the weather is always glorious, as you tell me, in Skipton. So thank you for joining us on this fortnightly live stream. We've got some special guests. Who we got, Gordon?
We've got William Winter from Verso, who has chosen the hottest day of the year to turn up in a hoodie. So enjoy it with us. And Wayne Byrne, who is literally going to be burning tonight, because he's wearing the hoodie as well. And yeah, so we've been sensible, Gary. We've worn our sort of t-shirts that we wear all year round, because it's obviously we're in the north and that's what we do up here. But we brought some people from the south who thought it was going to be cold and have chosen to wear hooded tops.
Yeah, no, unsure of how long this went for, and I don't think there's enough liquid refreshment on the table to keep these two hydrated, so we may see some droppers before the end of the show. Now, we're going to do it in a slightly different way this time. We're going to jump straight into tonight's topic. And what topic do you choose to us, Gordon?
Well, I thought since Will sells the odd consumer unit, you think?
Couple, yeah.
The odd one's trying to get out there. He loves a split load board. I mean, obviously you can find them at reasonably priced at all good click and collect based wholesalers down there. You can always pick up, I think, $79.99 is the going rate at the minute. Is that where we're at?
It drops every day, doesn't it?
Yeah. So fire in your comments about split load boards. We're going to banter around because we did a survey and actually we found that actually 1 in 4, that's 25% of American contractors still fit split load boards.
Yeah,
is that right, Will?
Yeah, it's about right with our figures. So
Yeah.
that's nationally. So you take from north to south, east to west, about between 20 and 25% of any given month consume unit sales wise, 25% of that will be split load.
Wow, so that is interesting, isn't it? Now, we were sort of suggesting that maybe a certain part of the UK were quite keen on the split load consumer unit. And where are you from, Wayne?
I'm from Wales.
Okay, and what sort of consumer unit do you see often flying off the shelves at your wholesalers?
Split loads, yeah.
Yeah, split loads. Is there something behind that? What's the story behind it being from there?
Personally, I just think like South Wales, where I'm from, is not a very affluent area, and people are trying to keep costs down. So, if you've got a board for 80 quid, and then someone charges 200 quid to fit it, whereas I'm going in with a 200 pound RCBO board and then 200 quid to fit it. Price difference, isn't it? So I think that's the majority of it. And then there's a lot of old timers who are like kind of stuck in their ways and don't want to move forward.
Okay, so talking of old timers, what's your opinion?
Well, I was just that's it. Yeah, I mean, split load boards. I mean, I must say I've still got a split load board at home.
Wow, is it metallic?
No, it's not, it's plastic. I just did a bit of work just before it changed over. Yeah. I am on new colour codes, so we'll put that. It never trips. Yeah.
Is that because the RCD saturated because it's an AC?
I was going to say, is it AC?
That is actually a good point, actually, because it's like there's a lot of circuits on one of them. And and obviously I've got EV charger, tons of electronics and stuff like light and control. Yeah, you're probably right.
So it just
I
can't
should check that actually. That is a good point actually.
And that comes back to how often you press the test button on your RCCB. So you're in there at least every 6 months. Is that right?
Test quarterly.
Quarterly? Because you're old school. You're every 3 months. Every 3 months. I like it. You're in there 4 times a year. That's good. Yeah. So there must be a reason. Okay, so BS7671 must give us some guidance on it. And I think we've left that to the great Joe Robinson in Regulation Corner to re-swoop into that. So there is nothing in there that says that we can't fit them, which makes sense because as a manufacturer, if we couldn't fit them, you wouldn't make them, would you?
No, not at all.
That would be a waste of time, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, with consumer units, what we've got there, you notice we've got some stuff here from the Verso range, and we will be giving away, wait for it, not 3, I know you thought 3, not 4, we're going to be giving away 5 consumer units, aren't we, Will?
Yeah, so it'll be a 12-way main switch consumer units, not split load, complete with surge.
Okay. And there's also something else, Gordon. You've put something in the comments as well, or in the show notes, as they would say.
Because Will's come along, he's giving away money tonight, which is virtual money. There's a 10% discount on all Verso circuit protection for 24 hours.
It's 48 hours.
48, we've upped it.
The reason we've upped it is it's from Alert Electrical, not us. So if you go to Alert Electrical's website online and use the code eFIXX10, you'll get 10% off all your Verso spend for 48 hours.
And I've put that in the description, and it's in this chat as a pinned comment. And and Will obviously be giving the free consumer unit away to whoever goes on immediately and buys the most possible.
No.
If not, we want good questions.
Yeah.
On
anything. But look, as we're in the first segment, it's all about those split consumers. So good, sensible questions, not necessarily your personal opinion on how much you do or don't like them, but actually sensible questions. And Gordon will pull them out, or Joe will shout them out from the top because Joe is with us. Give us a wave, Joe.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. And he forgot to pick the mic up, so there's a good start. I'm giving him a microphone. So whenever you talk, pick the microphone up. So good. And there's 5 of those to give away. And if you're really hot, you've got 48 hours to populate that with the breakers you know are coming up next. So that's pretty much, you're going to be doing a 12-way board for the cost of the breakers minus 10%.
Yeah, that's very quick maths.
That's a good deal. That's a good deal. Okay, that's fantastic. So you've got a plastic one. Never upgrade. So you've not done a significant. So I've seen 1 or 2 extensions on your property. So there was no significant work taking place at your installation before you decided for an upgrade.
No.
So when you had it all extended out, you must have been the last person to get your hands on a plastic.
Yeah, it was probably the last ones. Yeah.
Yeah, to get your
And
hands
actually, historically, I've fitted loads of metal boards, even when you didn't. In the past, I used to like a metal board.
Yeah,
and
they were a lot
structurally
deeper.
better.
A lot deeper. Yeah, didn't fold
so I don't know
in
what
the
I
wall.
did there. Must have been. I don't know.
You had a
Just had
moment,
bump
didn't you?
on the head.
So
and worse than that, it's an MK Sentry.
Well, because they don't make them anymore.
Well, someone makes them.
Well, yeah, but not
do
MK.
they uphold the old ones and stuff like that? But
Do we
you
suggest
can't get the airtight. But you can't get the.
Do we
airtight,
suggest those
so-
RCCBs are AC type as well?
Yeah.
So it's plastic, it's got AC, RC. We're not practicing what I preach here at eFIXX, are we?
No, I'm not. I'm waiting. I'm holding out. I'm holding
63
out.
amp, 63 amp as well.
No, I think they're 80s.
That's good of you.
Yeah, I think they're 80s. But
Get in there.
So we can have them. Okay, so we've said it, and we've said that obviously it's a real popular choice in Wales. Yeah. Okay.
and it wasn't. Yeah, and the NIC told us that.
Did they really?
Yeah, it wasn't just anecdotal evidence. The NIC said, yeah, there's a big. We're trying to push this and best practice and stuff, but Wales is a hotspot of it. It's where they all go.
We're a bit backwards, aren't we, sometimes, you know?
Sorry.
Now, if we'd have said that,
I'll be hung when I go home.
But we're not the 5th strongest man in Wales, which is an accolade you won twice, so I suppose you can get away with it. And we'll circle into it when we have Wayne's section later on in the show, because he's got lots of things to talk about. So let's go back to it then. So experience says to me, yeah, I've had a split load board. My mum's got a split load board. She's had that. She had hers. As the cable colours changed, so 2004, I managed to acquire some old cable colours, and I wired her a house, the very last. So I tried to be like almost the last house in the UK to get those wires in. So I wired it in there. She's got a plastic under the stairs. Oh no, plastic consumer unit. It's a split load board. Her RCD has never, ever tripped. On either board.
blinded.
Well, not at my mum's house, because she's got, and I told you this the other day, and I'm going to go and retrieve it. So I went round to her house and I said, your lights aren't all LED. She said, oh, no, I haven't bought any. So I'm going to step forward now and be the bigger man. She's got a lot of lamps as well. I looked at the one in the hallway and found myself a tungsten filament 100 watt. Ooh, I'll be keeping that one for myself. That's the collector's item. So I'm going to replace that with a nice 5 watt, no doubt, LED for her. Never gone. So I would have known, because I would have had to go around, because it wouldn't matter how you tried to explain to her. Because no, she did have it tripped once. I'm telling porkies. Because I put her emergency light fitting under her stairs.
Oh, right.
And she went, no, she had a power cut. No, get away, she had a power cut. That was it, power cut. And she said, well, normally power can't have gone off because the light under the stairs works. Clever little trick, wasn't it? A little emergency. Who does that? Who puts an emergency light fitting in the location of the consumer?
I should do, really, no.
Yeah, just, especially they do them in a little downlighter form and things like that. Yeah, good idea. So my mum's got one. Unfortunately, the battery pack's had it now, so it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
So
didn't Chint put one in the... I just swore at you there.
No, it wasn't Chin. I won't say it was. No, someone did.
Someone
There's an LED strip underneath it.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, really good idea that as well.
When you're doing that, well,
there's so many reasons why.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Okay, all right. So we're moving around. So tripping. So one of your RCCB trips. Obviously, from our point of view, it's not difficult, but the customer's got a problem, haven't they? Because are they going to know about cycling through their circuit breakers to start the investigation process? Have you obviously been in Wales? Have you experienced those calls coming in and you're trying to explain?
He's just had a call before we started.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
I thought that was a joke.
Maureen just phoned in.
Wasn't she part of the selling BT off, weren't she? Was it Maureen's on the phone?
Maureen Littman, that guy. Bah, you're going back sometime there.
I've got some time to go back and not as much as Gordon. Yeah. Was she part of the BT advert? Was it Maureen?
It was Maureen Littman who played it. It was the Jewish mother. You got an ology.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't remember this.
I was about to ask Wayne, have you got a clue what they're talking about?
No.
Yeah, a couple of mug offs there. Yeah. So go back to that. So what was her fault?
You've lost me now.
Okay, the RCD boards, how many times do you explain to a customer
loads,
about tripping
and
breakers off?
like Gordon's got the MK Sentry boards, loads of time I've had to explain that you have to press it down to go back up as well. A lot of people don't know that, do they?
Mem Shield is the same.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Ah, right, okay.
I used to have a Mem Shield one.
Mem Shield.
Yeah. Well, it was in the house with a board.
Right,
on
it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Eaton now. Called.
Okay, but yeah, so you had to pull it fully off
Yeah.
to re-energise it. So if
Yeah.
you kept going back up, it never goes
You know,
on.
I'd say, oh, is anything tripped? No, nothing, everything's on, everything's on. What about the big one on the right hand side? No, it's still on, but in reality, you like, right, I'll pop round, you get there. It's not, it's down and back up.
Okay. Yeah, so that becomes a negative, doesn't it, for them? Okay. Gordon, you've obviously living with one, so you must love them. What's the positives of having one?
There's not many really. I mean, it just sort of sits there. But now, obviously, now I'm thinking solar, as everyone is at the minute, because the electric bills have gone through the roof. Yeah. Obviously, the EV charge point, the regulations changed from the first time it was fitted. So I'm thinking of changing that one. So I'm going to have some work done. MK. Oh yeah, I mean, it's going to have to be changed, isn't it?
All right, okay.
I've got just the board for you.
Yeah, oh, that's good. Is it split load?
You don't have to, no.
Like for like replacement.
But you said, actually, some of the, obviously it's the volume people who fit the split loads, isn't it?
100%.
It's not the good electricians out there who can go and advise the customers, it's the poor people who buy a new home.
It is, yeah. So the two biggest drivers of all the spec work, so all the work we get for split load is spec work, and that's from local authority and house builders. And that doesn't, some smaller house builders sometimes are really hit and miss. The smaller house builders are either really, really keen on high spec, because they're doing low volume, so obviously, they're looking to a higher quality sort of installation. But then you've got the other ones where every penny matters and they're just pulling out everything they can from it. And but then we've got some local authorities that are still speccing a split load board, but then actually they've just put surge onto the specification and now adding AFDDs into it, but still won't take that extra little step and just put an RCPO board in.
Well, that's counterproductive as well.
100%, yeah.
Because, to put the AFDs in, you're going to have to move all the gubbins and things. It just takes a lot longer.
But they're not looking at the installer side of things. They're looking at the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
That's £5 cheaper times that 100.
But then local authorities have tight budgets to work within. Some have more than others, obviously. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the ones we're dealing with in Wales, some of them are a lot smaller. Like, you look at housing associations outside Swansea and Cardiff, for example, they're an awful lot smaller. So their budgets are a lot smaller. So you can see it from that perspective. But like you're saying, from the spark, it's kind of counterproductive because the spark goes onto site and you're spending all day on it, like you say, reconfiguring. It's an absolute massive job when you could just put an RCBO board in. Yeah. And it's a lot easier, a lot quicker and safer. Yeah,
that's really interesting, isn't it? Because you're drilling it down to the financial aspect of it. It's not outlawed, okay? No. And if we're going to put lots of them in, and it is that tight, and maybe they've got one that hasn't even got maybe MCB protection. Maybe that's not there. Maybe limited RCD protection, and maybe they're introducing surge. So by having that split load board, it is a massive upgrade for the electrical system. Yeah. So it is considerably better than what it's now.
And that's how it's looked at in a lot of stages, especially when you start adding things like surge into it as well, which was never there. But because of that and the massive jump in technologies of the last few years, the cost of a board is, from what it was when that initial installation would have taken place on a consumer, is astronomical in comparison. If you look at it, last time we installed this to now on a sort of maintenance schedule. Yeah. So you can see where they're coming from to respect, because but they also rely on the industry feeding back as well, massively. Because you've got to remember, especially with the local authorities, whilst they have their own teams, their own engineers and their own specification guys, they aren't on the tools every day. They're not necessarily watching eFIXX. They should be, but they might not be. And they rely on both the industry from manufacturers and the electricians' feedback to tell them what they should and shouldn't be fitting.
All right, okay. Yeah, so that's interesting. You've been looking through the comments. I'm going to sort some mics out while you're doing that. So do the comments for us. Yours is just rolled over, so just push them back into there.
So standard RCBO boards, obviously, John Way's picked this up with EV chargers and the need for double pole RCBOs, or single pole and switch neutral, because not a lot of manufacturers have them.
No, we've experienced that, haven't we? Yeah, and it seems so simple, doesn't it, to have that switch neutral, and you must find it as well. You go and do an insulation resistance test, you're on top of that breaker, you're disconnecting a conductor, aren't you? Because obviously you're picking up effectively the neutral earth connection somewhere in the system, aren't you? Yeah. So so that switch neutral will be handy.
Do you doing any EV boards?
We will be, yeah.
Oh.
Of course we will be, yeah.
It's a popular market.
Yeah, but let's explain it, just in case people don't understand well. What's an EV board? What's it going to comprise of?
Well, you can do it in multiple ways, but the most popular way seems to be on either a Type B RCCB with an MCB protection, or with a Type Type A double pole RCBO.
And hoping that the B-type or effectively the extra earth leakage current for the DC is built into the EV charger, which is the way we did flip-flop around a bit. Anderson were one for that, weren't they? We had a little bit probably a year ago, didn't we, where people were not fitting RCDs for Andersons.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually they'd turned it off or turned it down. The
Didn't
actual,
comply, I think,
yeah,
allegedly.
Yeah, so you've got to be hot on it, haven't you, where this B-type is. And you would think maybe as the EV market keeps changing and they perhaps come down the slightly cheaper price, trying to get the initial sale in, maybe that technology is going to be taken out, and we might find that more B-type RCD protection might be at source.
At the boards, yeah. We've actually done some design and build projects with the split load, ironically, consumer unit, where, because obviously ours comes with Type A RCCBs, they're 100 amp, 30 milliamp, and we've replaced one of them with a Type B RCCB. So they can run certain things, certain renewable technologies like heat pumps, EV chargers, and that off a Type B RCD, which again did increase the cost of the board, but overall was still an awful lot cheaper than the way they were going to have to do it with certain particular products. So they could use more value engineered products on the installation rather than something that might contain it already.
You sold me. I'm in. I want a split load board. I want a B-type RCCB protecting a number of circuits, because that's genius. Absolute genius.
It wasn't my design.
You're ready for that?
No, we did it because it was, again, this is the point. So this is what was requested back to us. So even when we recommend something different back to them, it's like, no, this is the budget, this is what it's got to be. So you're in a catch-22 situation there. But you know, I mean, we always went best practice with Verso right from the start. That's why all the RCD technologies were always Type A. We never did a Type AC. We actually ran that Say No to AC campaign before anyone else was really picking that up. And the split load board is a bittersweet product for us. The reason it's sweet is because we win an awful lot of specification work with it. You know, the reason it's bitter is because it's, in my opinion, my humble opinion, it's not best practice.
Okay, but 25% of the people surveyed on our eFIXX community tab here on YouTube suggested that they were still fitting them, and we'll see in Regulation Corner how that it comes into the regulations. Gordon, you've got anything nice that's been picked up on the comments?
No. Yeah, Wayne's accent, people love that. He said he's looking a bit hot.
Yeah, he
boiling,
is.
but I think it's
That was an absolute.
What did Ryan Davis call you? What does R. Davis call you?
Norman Price.
Yeah, he's said that already. Yeah.
Has he?
Norman Price.
Hi, Ryan.
I wouldn't have wore this tonight because it's been like the hottest day of the year. Hottest day of the year. For me, personally.
My dad made me.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. Just surprised. Well, yeah. William Oliver Winter, yeah, or as his mates call him, wow. Look at that boy, look at that, wow. My wife's going to be going, who was he? I'll say, oh, he's from Wales. What a nice lad he was. That's what I'll be saying. How are we doing for questions then?
Let's have a look.
Anyone want a Verso consumer unit? Because we're going to be piling them out in a minute. You've got 5 to go.
I'll have one.
Yeah. Keep the questions coming in. We need some good questions.
Good questions. There's 5 on offer. They're all down here. They will be shipped out, and you'll get a tagged in link from Joe. I'm going to bring Joe in, so you can say good evening, Joe. Let's bring Joe in. Say good evening, Joe. You got the mic?
Good evening, everyone. I've actually picked up the mic this time. Good evening. Yeah. Hope you're all okay. I'm going to be doing the register a bit, so keep on watching, and you'll see me probably mess it up, but we'll see.
Fantastic.
So if you want a shout out in the register, make sure you got your comment in.
Yeah.
If you don't put a comment in, you don't get a mention.
So if early years learning is fun wants a comment, she ought to put one in. So
she's not on, Gary.
She's not on.
No.
She's always on. She says, yeah. So you've got the plastic RCCB board ACRCDs. I've got the full metal clad AFDDs.
Yeah.
So there must be some middle ground, and I would suggest what the overall consensus of the survey was. The middle ground was probably individual RCBOs. Okay, for lots of reasons and lots of benefits. Now, when we think back to that RCCB, the one thing I think maybe people are missing out, and we've talked about this, Wayne, especially down at the Curry House, is about that natural earth leakage current, isn't it? It's that 9 milliamps, that 30% of the rated value of the RCCB or RCD or RCBO, the RCD element of it, can only go up to 9. Obviously, we know a 30 milliamp RCD might even trip at 23, 24.
Yeah. Most of the tests was like 20. Yeah,
so you bang 9 on it as natural, okay, off one circuit or several circuits, you can quite easily reach that nuisance stripping. Now, being in Wales and seeing a lot of these boards, do you get any issues where you're trying to find this stray earth leakage current naturally in several circuits that could raise it up? And give you
and the beauty of it now is having the earth leakage clamp meters, isn't it? You know, that's one of the best tools I've bought. So you just stick that round and you can just turn off circuit by circuit, can't you? And find out which circuit is actually causing the issue.
That'd make a great video when you do the wizard.
The Welsh Wizard, yeah.
That's the one. You need to do that one.
Right, okay, yeah.
So
We're on a
just
rebrand tonight, if you don't know. We're rebranding Wayne's channel, A1 Electrical.
The Welsh Wizard.
The Welsh Wizard. We're going to go for a rename here.
Wayne the Welsh Wizard. So, So look out. So Wayne's YouTube channel, which we'll circle into later on, he's going to come out with some top tips. He's going to build himself 5 or 6 top tips, and he's going to come out and he's going to show you his great knowledge to make you, maybe if you're training or new to the industry, that much better. Okay, so that's it. So, yeah, so consensus is probably there is a place for him because cost always puts it in place.
Yeah.
Do we agree? Yeah?
Yeah.
And obviously, depending on where you're coming from, which part of the UK, you may be more cost sensitive than others. And if you want to play devil's advocate, everyone should be fitting A-type AFDDs, or if you want to go Rolls-Royce, B-type. Yeah, just fit everything on B-type, then you're in. Yeah. Well,
how much are one of those cost?
Yeah, that's it.
A couple of quid. Yeah.
But what we're saying is we don't want to fit a split load board, but hey ho, there are other options normally from where you're positioning your overcurrent protection. There's always a level up, whether that's one you want to get to or not in accordance.
Here's a question for Will. So yeah, someone said it's just Prem Spec rebadged.
I don't even know how to answer that. Okay, so yeah, it is because the PremSpec group own Verso.
There you go. That's answered that one.
Yeah, but if they're meaning there was an old PremSpec consumer unit,
Right.
which it is definitely not, and I'm grateful to say that is a very long, distant, bad memory.
So we're all Verso now.
Very much so.
Because that catches me out. So when I'm because we're it's a pleasure for me to be joined by Will tonight for lots of reasons. You know, we're almost twins, so that's obviously the first. So it's like looking in a mirror as I glance across here. But you also support the eFIXX College Connections, don't you?
Yeah.
So, but when I go there, I'm always well. Is it PremSpec? No, Verso. Where are we? It's Ascot. Okay,
Yeah.
and then I try and tag you in, and I always start with the PremSpec. I think, oh no, I'm not doing this quite right.
Well, I mean, PremSpec was when I first started the company 10 years ago. PremSpec was the name it was given, and we was a very different business then. So we used to import lots of different products, and we called them all PremSpec. That was the quote unquote brand, and.
What's that put in the chat?
Yeah, just say we've probably started a new live stream. Well, we haven't had that for a while. We don't know what happened there, and we allegedly pressed the right button, even though it was counterintuitive, Gordon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was because it was the wrong button, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We don't think so. I apologise if you had to jump over to another one. Okay, we'll try and lose the disappointment in my voice now as we go again. We haven't had that for months and months and months, and we've got a rock solid internet connection here. We're presuming it's this wonderful weather we're having, okay, is what we would suggest. So hopefully you've dropped on. So we're going to try and get Joe. Joe, give us some updates when you get them.
We are back. Ooh,
Are we back?
that there. Yeah, I think
Did it
so.
come back? Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Okay. So, well, yeah.
Crisis averted.
Well, yeah.
Where did we get to?
50p in the meter.
Thank you very much for watching. Well, Regulation Corner was probably the best one I've ever had. There we go. So, no, we haven't done that yet. Shall we go back to the comments then, so as people catch up with us? As there was a small pause there.
I will. I'll just check that.
Has he gone back live? Is it? We live again? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay. That's good then. Okay. So, happy with questions?
Verso had a metal embossed to the sea like a jerry can. There you go. There you go. Emboss your logo in there, get it stamped in there.
Like your hat. Yeah, that hat
yeah.
is. Yeah, if you had that, that is pretty. Yeah, if you get that stamped into your board, I'll do. Yeah.
You should wear that, Gary. Keep your head
Well,
warm.
yeah, because it's. Hang on, let's try to find the right camera. I've got to find. I don't know which one. It's that one, isn't it? So, yeah, I could wear that indoors on the hottest day of the year, and then I'd be really hot because heat actually sort of dissipates out your head as well as maybe the upper end of your body wouldn't want to be thermalised with it in this weather. No, it's a glorious hat. So I think I was in the process of saying thank you very much to Will for supporting our eFIXX College Connections. Because Willie's actually putting an electric heater in every single one. It's the biggest and heaviest of all the boards, which is a good thing. And it's the one I always leave till last when I get it out because they're like, they see this, see that, and then I pull it and then they go, we've got an electric heater. So we're all going electric, aren't we? So that's good. And you're a good man for doing that for
No, I
us.
appreciate it. No, well, I'm glad to support it. We do a lot of stuff with colleges ourselves as well. And like I think me and Steve always say, you know, today's apprentice is tomorrow's electrician. And if you can support that, then that's something you should be doing.
No, it's good. No, it's good. So yeah, big hats off to you. So we've got a segment now. If we want to do it, we're going to do the word for Gary's swap shop, and I think this is going to be you, Will. So if you look closely into that camera there, and just tell me what Gary's swap shop word is.
My install.
Okay, so my install.
It is all one word.
It is all right. So we've got my install, if you want to play for Gary Swap Shop. Now, if you've been on loads of times, you'll obviously forgive the fact the internet fell over for us. And you know what we've got to do now. For Gary Swap Shop, you need to do something for me. But in order to do that, I need to show you what you could win. We haven't got a hand cam today because we've got lots of other cameras. So if we bring in our camera, so we can show them what we've got. I thought, keeping into the spirit of things, I'd put a thermos flask in, but these are really clever because if you put cold stuff in them, and you'd love a cold drink now, wouldn't you? Yeah. We've got an hour and 20 minutes to go. You put cold things in, they stay cold. If you put hot things in, they stay hot. But never put them both in the same time. So if you throw an ice cream and, say, a hot coffee in there, they do not segregate the two. So just bear that in mind. Got one of those. Got a handful of stickers. So we've got some stickers in there. So we've got the eFIXX collection of stickers. Nice. We've got, what are they called?
Something I like to call Vargos these days, Gary. Everyone else knows them as Wago, but apparently the official word is Vargo. A lot of people make that mistake.
Yeah, and a nice warm hat. Okay, so you've got the baseball cap. So we've got baseball cap. So they're all in there, and that means we need something. So what I'd like to send in, if you win, 2 people will be pulled out at the end. If you get to the very end, 2 people will be pulled out. If you put in, what was it again, Will? Just point to the camera, just tell me what it is.
It's my install.
My install. Okay, if you do that and you're pulled out at the end and you send me, I want a tool RCBO, preferably with a functional earth, but I'll take it without. So I just want a tool RCBO. So look through your collection of ones that you've got there.
Got one in the van.
And bang it. Yeah, well, you've got one in the van, have you? Yeah. Still fit, but they're an upgrade in Wales. Yeah. Oh, I've got some tool RCBOs here with a functional earth. Look what I'm doing. Hey, top of the range, isn't it? Top of the range. Loving it. So that's Gary Swap Shop. So hopefully you're going to play along. So it's my install in the comments. If you pulled out at the end, you got a chance of being in for Gary Swap Shop. We had prize winner last time. Sent us a Crabtree C-type breaker, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Who was it?
I think it was Stokey Sparky.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Have we sent him his prize?
Joe, have you sent that prize yet?
It's gone out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Mike's on Joe, so just explain to us, has it gone out yet?
We've been very busy as of late. It's going out first thing in the morning.
Okay, first thing tomorrow. Okay. He hasn't been busy at all, he forgot. Okay, that's good. All right, so we've got that underway. So let me just check the board as you haven't checked it yet. Let's do some thanks. Right, we're in far enough in now. So we'd like to thank the great people that make this possible. Our new sponsor, we'd like to thank the good people at Verso. Oh, no, you're not on yet. You're going to be on soon. So we'd like to thank the following people. We'd like to thank Doncaster Cables, the great people at Loudon Palazzoni, and look out for their race wall in a couple of weeks' time. And this week's one's fantastic because we've got David Draper from Wago, or as you like to call it, Vargo.
Yeah.
We've got the great people at Marshall Tufflex that also support this live stream, and I can't remember who else we've got, Gordon.
Doncaster Cables.
I've done that one.
Luton Palazzoli.
I did that one.
Must be Lissy Cole.
Oh, well done, Gordon. It doesn't take much, does it, in order to catch you out?
You distracted me.
What? Distracted you?
Yeah.
Okay, the race wall this week is brilliant, and absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it is good. It's worth staying on for, as is Regulation Corner. And that's where we're going to take ourselves to next. But just remember, the discount code is in the description. It's in the pinned comment.
Yep, eFIXX 10.
Yeah,
we've never had an eFIXX 10 before.
We haven't got our own discount code, have we? So we've got our own discount code in order that you can get 10% off all Verso products for the next 48 hours.
Yeah, from Alert Electrical.
Yeah,
I did try and get him to use JB50, but he wouldn't do it.
We've seen JB. We've seen a lot of JB when he was on the channel. Yeah. Reminded me when I didn't have baked potatoes for weeks after that. It was awful. Awful. Okay, with that in mind, let's go to Regulation Corner. Oh, Rick, hang on. Oh, Rick's turned up. Look at them legs. Oh, Rick.
Oi.
Hey, Rick. Say hello.
Hello.
What time do you call this?
It's a bit late, isn't it?
It is.
Just got kids to bed.
Yeah.
Gee, seeing those
So,
legs, I need to put the milk bottles out when I get
I've
home.
only just walked in. I'm a bit sound out of breath, don't I?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's too many
Issues.
steps.
Okay. Right, let's bring in Regulation Corner. This is a good one.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome to Regulation Corner. Take a seat, get comfortable, maybe pour yourself a drink. You know, I've been pondering Amendment 2 of the 18th edition. It's had time to settle now and the initial hysteria seems to have calmed down again. The launch of a new amendment or addition to BS 7671 always seems to trigger strong reactions in people. Generally speaking, it appears to be mostly folks who want to hang on to the old ways of doing things, and really, that's understandable. During the present We feel the stress and strain of all the problems and challenges that life throws at us, whereas the past always seems simpler, less cluttered, bathed in a roseate glow where it seems like the sun never set and every new song you heard was epoch-defining. As the bard would have it, my salad days when I was green in judgment and cold in blood. But it strikes me that there's another more subtle kind of strong reaction to new amendments. It's one related to confirmation bias, where something that appears to agree with your point of view pops up in your data and too much significance gets applied to it because it confirms your underlying bias. We find a classic example of this in the updated regulation 531.3.2 in Amendment 2. Let me share it with you. Residual current protective devices shall be selected and erected such as to limit the risk of unwanted tripping. The following shall be considered. 1. Subdivision of circuits with individual associated RCDs. RCDs shall be selected and the circuits subdivided in such a way that any earth leakage current likely to occur during normal operation of the connected load will not cause unwanted tripping of the device. Nothing new or exciting there, but it does go on to state that we should also consider 2. The use of RCBOs for individual final circuits in residential premises. So surely that's settled. We shouldn't be using split-load RCD boards in residential properties, right? Right? Or is it just possible we've fallen victim to the ghastly spectre of confirmation bias? Because what do we find in Regulation 531.3.5.2, which relates to the use of RCDs for fault protection? We read there, TN system. RCDs shall be installed at the origin of that part of the installation to be protected. The requirements for unwanted tripping in accordance with Regulation 531.3.2 shall also be taken into account. Note, except where particular restriction for selectivity applies, several circuits may be protected by the same device. So it seems we're still allowed to use a split load board. Or is it possible that I've fallen victim to confirmation bias myself? Unlikely, as I think individual RCBOs are the best. Anyway, all this has been answered on various CPDs we've set up, so check those out. Regulation Corner isn't about nitpicking or arguing over little issues. It's about good talk, good companionship, and good drink. Thanks ever so much for stopping by, and the next time you're passing, pop in, say hello. You know there's always a place for you here at Regulation Corner. Good night.
And it's over to Joe with the register.
Good evening, everyone. I've already said good evening, but I'll say it again. Hope you're all having a wonderful live stream from wherever you are listening in the world. I think there's someone from the USA today, or holidaying over there anyway. We have a viewer from Nigeria quite a lot, or whoever you're in sunny Skipton. We have had a few technical difficulties, but at the end of the day, that's just part of the fun. So let's get on with the register. I've actually written it down this week because it's quite an effort going through all the comments when there's hundreds of them. So we've got Chris B, A Spark 1, Paul Tipton. We've got a couple of serial winners in our midst. There's Big Ash and Billy Torrey. They've won quite a few times in the past, so might win today if they're lucky. We've got Andrew Brown, Chris Tastic, who mentioned how boiling it is up here, and I've got to agree with you there, it is red hot. Could do with a Makita fan, Rick, maybe next time.
Yeah, I've got to do with bringing that up. But I'm not running back down again. Have we done the swap shop? With me arriving late, I've missed it all, haven't I?
Yeah, we've read
Kids
out the
parties
word.
and all that.
We've read out the word, but it's yet to be decided. So keep putting those keywords in.
What is the word?
The keyword is my in-store. So yeah, keep putting them in, and you might win. We've got Dipsy. We've got R. Davis, who has been on holiday recently. I'm not sure where you went, but I hope you had a good time. We've got Darren Martin, Kevin Osborne, Sean the Spark, JB Electrical, who asked for a special shout out, so there it is, JB. We've got Adrian, the UK Spark, Sean Dempsey, Laura Brooks, I believe, Wayne, that's your partner. We've got Richard Bushell, and then a special shout out to CES Electrical from Northampton, they were in the chat earlier. So yeah, I think that's it for the register, Gary, back to you.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's brilliant. So that's going to be a new thing now. We're going to try and get Joe to do the register for us, and I think he's done it fantastically well. And apologise for our technical issue as well. So what a good lad.
Yeah. And I would add to that, make sure you look after Joe, because he's the one who sends out everything, all the stickers, all the posts. Who wins Gary's swap shop? He tends to pick those out. So yeah.
Let's also circle into what else he does. He also edits now quite a lot of the videos. He does all the website stuff. It's quite a lot. He does that, lad, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We'd be lost
Since he's
without
got
him.
his driving test, he's like, if the post normally it actually slipped, because normally it's like the post has gone before we've even decided what's in the post.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's been good. And he also has, and he hasn't said it up there, has a special birthday on Friday. He turns 22, and he's got himself a little saga holiday. He's going on somewhere. Is it Turkey? It's somewhere near Russia. Where are we going? Turkey, is it, or somewhere?
Yeah, Turkey.
Turkey, yeah.
Turkey. There was a bit of a debate. We had a debate earlier on because Ryan Davis has been on holiday. Yeah,
Okay,
we don't know where he's been on holiday. I don't know if you know where he's been on holiday.
I can't remember. He did say, but I can't remember.
Yeah, and we thought at TikTok today his teeth looked incredibly white.
Oh, no.
So has he been away and had a bit of the turkey teeth?
Yeah. A few sangrias and a few veneers.
Yeah. So we'll keep a watch out for that for some of his.
But his
stuff
was
coming up.
plastic, wasn't he? The lad that came in who was brilliant fun, wasn't he? Him and Simon's son, brilliant fun. But his were plastic. Did they grind them down or they capped them?
I don't know. I'm not big on dental
Plastic
implants,
gnashers.
Gary.
Well, you are. You are. You spend a lot of money. Yeah, we know when you've gone to the dentist. Yeah, it's always painful.
It's almost
Yeah.
wallet extraction.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got two guests. Wayne's joined us as well from Wales, and that was a long drive to join us today. So we've had Will and his consuming it knowledge. So let's circle into you then. So
Right, okay.
the Welsh Wizard, as you're now going on your YouTube channel. The obviously, yeah, you've got a YouTube channel, you're an electrician, and you've got an apprentice, so you tick all the boxes for me. They're all the things that I'd like to talk about.
Right,
so
okay.
what do you want to start with? Shall we start with the apprentice?
Yeah, if you like, yeah.
Okay, so which year is your apprentice in?
Just finishing his first year now,
Okay, first year. So how's that experience of obviously, first of all, getting an apprentice, we'll see that, and then obviously owning that apprentice for a year. So where did this apprentice come from? Was it a friend of the family, or was it...
He is actually related to me. He's my mum's cousin, but it was just so happened I put an advert out. I wanted an apprentice,
Right.
and then like my great auntie or someone just met. Oh, Leighton's looking for an apprenticeship. Give him a call. So I did, and
So
just
you
went from-
called the apprentice? You had to ring him up?
yeah,
Suggesting you want a job?
Yeah.
Every student I taught for 19 years like that, the phone will ring soon. Or the door may knock, because someone's going to want an apprentice. So actually, you circled in to get your own apprentice by ringing them up. Lovely.
Yeah. In the end, yeah.
Fantastic. So was there an interview process, or was it bang start?
Not really, because he's kind of family. But in all fairness, I struck it lucky.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he's not lazy. He's not on his phone all the time. You hear all these horror stories, don't you? And he's he's missed a couple of days, and that was when he had COVID back in the pandemic.
Okay.
Other than that, he's on time every time.
Okay.
And he's willing to learn. So yeah, I did struck it lucky, really.
And how old, dare we ask? Is
He's 17 now.
So proper young one as well?
Yeah.
Straight
He'll be
from
18
school?
next month.
Okay.
Just passed his driving test.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah, that's good. So you're pleased, asset to the business. How quickly in the first year would you say that your apprentice, can we name your apprentice?
Leighton, yeah.
Leighton. So Leighton, how quickly was he an asset?
I would say after about 3 months. First of all, he was just, carrying things, sweeping up, and you're showing him the ropes, aren't you? After about 3 months, he could second fix, sockets. Then he could move on to switches. Now he can basically wire a house. In all fairness, now. He's really, really good.
So within a year, he's paying for himself now.
He doesn't know everything, but I could say, right, can you wire the ring main in this kitchen? And he understands the ring main and how it works, how to wire it, how to first fix it. And he can, like
He
I say,
doesn't put you right and call it a ring final circuit then, no?
ring final.
Yeah, ring final circuit. Okay, yeah, some work to be done here. Now, we did mention, in passing, we'll get this one in while we can, the 5th strongest man in Wales.
In a former life, yeah.
Twice, back-to-back
Twice.
years?
17, 18.
Yeah, brilliant. So talk us through that process, because I've seen it on the telly. I was back in the day when it was Jeff Capes and
right, yeah.
I am a Viking. Remember the Icelandic Viking? He always used to win. I don't think he's with us anymore. So so talk us through what you have to do to be Welsh 5th strongest man.
Oh, it's hard work, really. Just train your bum off, really. Yeah, eat as much food as you can.
Oh, I've started training for the British version. Yeah, okay, got the first one. Tick. Next one. What's the next one?
And just go to the gym. Yeah. So I was self-employed at the time, so I'd get up at 5, go to the gym for 6, 2 hours in the gym, and then back to work. Then work all day, but just meal time in and yeah, it's hard work. It really was hard work.
That's good. Was there aspirations there could you go like semi-pro? Is that a thing?
No, not really. You see the guys on the TV, they're pros, but other than that, there's no money in the sport whatsoever. Right. But like my goal was always like top 3 in Wales would qualify for UKs. My ultimate goal would have been to say, you know, I'm top 10 in the UK then kind of thing, but never quite got that far.
Well, yeah, still an accolade to get to 5th. Was there 10 finalists in every time, was there, or was there more? Were you 5th? So
yeah.
5, yeah. Just the 5 of us did it. Yeah.
It depends, you know. You could have 10, you could have 15. There could be 5 some years. It just depends how, you know, people drop out with injuries leading up the show. Some people don't make weight, you know, because there's weight categories as well. But you didn't know that, did you?
Well, I'm trying to get to heavyweight. I'm going to get the weight. So they also the hardest bit is putting on the weight before you do the training. So I'm concentrating first of all on the weight. So I think we've still got that nailed. Yeah. I think I'll go to the gym.
Yeah, I'm still on the way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Well, yeah, got some competition coming up. If there's a vet series, I'm in, I think. Okay, so self-employed electrician, got yourself an apprentice. You said you also now you're actually an employer as well of another electrician. Is that right? The business is growing?
Yeah, it took someone on about 6 weeks ago. Work's just getting too much to handle. Can't do it all. Working weekends, working until 9 o'clock at night. Not seeing the missus, not seeing the kids. Right. Unfair on them. I thought, what do? You either turn work away or you try and grow. So I thought, you know, it's now or never, give it a go. It works out, if it doesn't, it doesn't. So
yeah, okay, yeah, and I think that's a lot of times people don't take that opportunity. We was talking about some of the risks it is at a take as well, is that it's sometimes you take a risk and then if it doesn't come off, and that's not a problem, so people might laugh at you. And I say this on this tour that I go around at colleges, I say, let them laugh. Because you'll learn so much more from what you've done and the mistake you've made that you'll have another go. That people often, do you remember when he took on 10 blokes, didn't he? Tried to take on that big, it all went pears. No, they just reflect, you know, he had a go, you know, they try. You know, no one's going to make it just sitting up being playing safe all the time. So well done. Yeah, so you took someone on, got an apprentice, loads of responsibility. So the last thing you want to do is spend your spare time vlogging as an electrician on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because that takes up all your time. Just ask Ryan, yeah?
Yeah, I bet Ryan must spend hours. I don't know how he gets any work done.
He doesn't get any work done, does he?
Right, okay. Yeah. That's what Casper's for, is it?
Yeah, well, he's as good as 2 blokes. He has to be, though, doesn't he? Wow, yeah, that bloke's got his fun in his end. So what was the inspiration by starting the old YouTube channel?
To be honest, I didn't know any of the social media existed for the electrical industry, you know. So last year, I always had a Facebook page, but Facebook pages don't really do a lot, do they? So last year, I thought I'd set up an Instagram page, and you're gaining followers, and I see other electricians, and I see you guys, so I start following people, and there's like a little community here. Yeah. And then I stumbled across Artisan Electrics video, so I watched that, and then
you could do better.
Yeah.
You could do better.
And then someone recommended the others, you know, like Nick Bundy, CJR, you know, everyone else. And I started watching them and I thought, you know what, I could do this. And, you know, they're making a few quid, so why not? Okay. I'm not making a few quid.
No.
It's a lot harder than you think.
The amount of people that rang me up and asked me, how do I start, especially before I did this, how do I start? And I say to them, if you're doing it for a reward other than
you're not going to get
doing it for pleasure, there is no reward in it, not a financial one anyhow. But there always is for the few. You know, we've got the Jake Pauls of this world. We've been actually doing a little bit of delving into him, haven't we? We've had a little bit of a watch of some of his content and been poring over some of the stuff that he's doing, because he obviously does it right.
Gary.
What?
I've moved on.
Oh, you've moved on? Who are you up to now?
Inspiration from other industries.
Go on then.
Well, I'm not the Nate the Hoof guy at the minute.
Oh, no. No. He's got a bloke. What animal? Is it cows?
Cows.
Cows'
guys,
hooves.
check it out. It's like, it was on a podcast. I thought, I'm going to check this guy out. Because obviously we're always keen to learn. Everyone's always learn. You watch people, how do they do that?
Yeah.
So this guy's YouTube channel is all about trimming cows' hooves.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you see. The thumbnail is like, what's wrong with this cow's hoof? And there's literally like a screw in it or a split down, there's some pus oozing out of it.
Nice.
And you watch it, he's in there with a knife, he's got the angle grinder out and stuff like that. He's talking you through it. And it's how many followers do you think he's got?
Oh, something ridiculous now. Is it 150,000?
500,000.
What?
500,000. And it's like, yes, you just pick your niche, different.
It's all fun and
Nobody
games
else
till
do.
people go, you know, you see people getting the news for getting kicked in the face by a cow for checking its hoof in a field.
Don't try it at home, Will. Yeah. He has got proper equipment for doing it. Yeah.
But when you say angle grinder, it is an angle grinder. When you watch the first one, because he made me watch one, and I'm watching it thinking he's angle grinding something, it doesn't matter what it is, a foot. At the end of the day. He pulled that rusty screw out, didn't he?
Yeah. So he's remembered it.
It's true.
No, it's on our feed now, so whenever we've got the eFIXX, another hoof one. But there's always something in it. It takes something out of everything, wasn't it? There was hardly any. He voiced it over. You didn't have any. You didn't hear creaking cows, did you? Or moaning animals. It was just voiced over. Yeah. 500,000.
So that's where we're seeking inspiration from at the minute, hoof guy. So got to do Gary's toes tomorrow.
That's
the angle grinder.
Yeah, with the angle grinder.
I haven't got the disc net users. I've got an abrasive one, but I'm sure I'll be all right.
One of those uni strut cutters.
Oh, that's a good idea. Can I use the strut slayer to do Gary's toenails? That could be a one, couldn't it?
But there's always something out there to learn, and we've had some chats and we've given you some ideas that we
I really appreciate it.
Might follow on that and try and stand out from the crowd. So that's all.
And if you're not following Wayne, I have put a link in the description to A1 Electrical Services.
So, thank you.
Yeah, so
come on, community.
You'll have at least another 3 subscribers.
Early years learning is fun. Finn and Vienna, they're all on it. So yes, my family will kick in on that.
Just one question for you while we're passing through, because someone's asked it twice. I must have missed it the first time. Where do you get Verso from in Scotland?
SM Electrical.
SM Electrical, where are they based?
They've got 2 branches, one in Edinburgh and one in Kilcuddy, I think.
Ah, right, okay.
That is the only place at the moment.
Kirkcaldy, we'll say, if you're up in those.
I'm very southern.
Yeah.
Hence the jumper.
Yeah. So that's for Billy Torrey. Are you heading further north? Because I think Billy Torrey, who asked that, he's further up there. He's in the oil belt.
Well, hang on. Well, let's send him one. Mm-hmm. And he can use his 10% discount, and then he can work out whether it's worth really pushing for it. Then, so Billy Torrey,
I've made a note. Good question. We'll send you a consumer.
Do we need his details, or have we got them?
We'll send him a link. He's a known.
Okay, so maybe bang him a link, Joe. Yeah. So there's our first one. So good question. Ask a sensible question. Obviously, wants to have a look at the product. Best way to get one in it. So one's on his way. May take 28 days.
Oh, he knows where SM are. So there you go. Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah. But you've got 48 hours to populate with your breakers if you want a discount.
JB's cheeky. You've been cheeky here, man. So you can answer us how you want. It's flippant as you want. For Wayne, how much does 100 followers cost?
About $3.99, I think now.
Yeah.
What's this joke? I don't know about. Can you buy followers?
Yeah, you can.
On YouTube?
No, Instagram.
Ah, right. Okay. My daughter's all right. She's got loads of money now. My daughter's account got hacked. Anyone who did message me, a lot of people did message me. Yeah, her account did get hacked. She got a touch of the the Pegasuses. So she's gone off and made tens of thousands of pounds in real estate. I think she's into. So
it's definitely not Bitcoin.
No, not that. She hadn't delved into digital currency. Now, if you don't follow us on our Instagram live feeds, well, we often down at Mastabs on a Wednesday before this. We have been following the trials and tribulations of the owner of Mastabs, and he did threaten to come up here tonight, didn't he, and have a chill out. He's got £1 or £2 notes in Bitcoin, hasn't he? He had about 14,000 bits of coins. Yeah, 14,000 quid in there. He's not doing so well, folks. I'd just like to say for the record, have a look around. Sometimes it's best just to take a loss on it than actually go down with that ship and just jump out and save your money. Something else. One of them went today. One of them's gone wobbly today. In the last 3 days, a couple have gone wobbly. So, be careful out there, folks. 14,000 quid. That's a lot of money, isn't it? So, It's very funny when we're down there, though, I must admit. Right, Gordon, any other great questions? Can we send any more boards out?
No, keep some questions coming in. We'll pick some good ones. I think Big Ash wants one. Does he get one as a trier?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, Big Ash, if he wants one. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So Big Ash as well. Send Big Ash the link, Joe. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so Big Ash can have one. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a unit. He's a unit, isn't he? No. He's a unit. He's huge. He sent me a video. He was walking through a door. So he did that. A lot of people don't come through
Hagrid, is it? Like Hagrid coming in on Harry Potter, is it?
He's got the beard as well.
He's massive. And he put a picture on his social media with his wife. I think it's his wife. Let's say wife, partner, significant other in his life. And she looks like she might be the other end of the spectrum. I know he's massive. She's probably like 6'3", but he is ginormous. Yeah, Big Ash has got one. So well done, Big Ash. Again, 48 hours to get you 10% off your breakers. You'd be mad not to. In order to populate those through. Okay.
Any Irish boards? Do you plan to move?
Northern Ireland.
You did the same as us. He does the split load boards for Ireland.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
They're still on plastic in Ireland.
No, the Republic of Ireland. Yeah. Northern Ireland though. We don't have any stockists in the Republic of Ireland, but Northern Ireland we do an awful lot in Northern Ireland at the minute. And that's predominantly main switch, SPD, RCBOs. We've had an awful lot in the last 2 weeks, AFDDs over there as well.
Right.
So it seems to be catching on quicker over there than it is over here, and all, especially the AFDD quotes we're doing.
You can't avoid them. Because what does the words in the regulations say, Gordon? I think it says recommended.
Recommended.
What does that mean?
Well, recommended. You've got to have an excuse not to use them.
It means you should.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to have a good excuse, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't want to have a good excuse, fit them. That's the way forward.
Yeah.
It's only going that way, isn't it? Whether we like it or not.
Oh, definitely.
Any other good questions, Gordon, before we move on to the
Well,
next?
obviously the UK spotter Rick wants to know if you're going to make some Verso downlights for JB.
No,
No, wise answer.
Yeah.
not at all.
The one thing this world needs is another manufacturer of downlights.
Another downlight, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit of soffit lighting.
It's the only product I didn't hear about was that there was a shortage last year.
What,
Everyone-
downlights?
Yeah, everyone else had a shortage, but downlights seemed to be fine.
It ended up in people's soffits, didn't it?
Yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah, I'm at home more. Let's make sure we get the lights all over the soffits. Unbelievable.
Is
Gordon,
that popular in Wales?
No, I've never done an install of soffit lights. No,
Have you
but I see them everywhere. Everyone's gone crazy for them, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah. I hate soffit lights. Sorry, anyone. Spit soffit lights. It's just yeah. I grew up. The local pub had green fluorescent tubes under the under the eaves, as you used to call them, before people went soffits. And so, any time I see a house like that, I say, oh, that reminds me of the Townley Arms. So there you go. So. Yeah, that's just personal thing.
can be a bit challenging, can't it? To make it look good, it can be challenging. I'm sure people out there have cracked it. So, Gordon, do you want to ask for a request for some of your bits? If I bring your logo in, do you want to ask for a request?
We're getting to that time. So, coming up soon, David Draper, who I'm sure you all know from social media. He normally goes under the title, is it Draper, Wago, Draper?
Well, I don't know. You should know.
Sort of the one. Well, that's what it was. But he's going to take on the challenge role because his colleague Carl went last week.
He's still going, isn't he?
Yeah, just finished, and yeah, he did it in what's the time behind this?
4 weeks.
He's got his own board.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
That
good?
was his quickest time. I can't believe he's under 10.
Yeah.
Only just 9:54.
9:54. So bear in mind, this company does not use screwless. You know, it's all screwless. Never get to touch screws all day. Poor people.
And it was just down there by Will's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Right, I put that one up to cover those up, Will.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So David, he's going to take on the challenge role in minutes and seconds. What do you think? What do you think he's going to complete the challenge wall in? Will it take your first offer only? You can't trade up as it goes on. You can't say, "Oh, he looks a bit fast in the first thought," and trade up. We'll take the closest one to it, and we'll sort out some prize.
Oh, so what is the prize, Gordon?
don't know
Let's know, because I want to play along, Gordon.
No,
So what is
it's
the-
it's Verso hoodie.
Yeah, it is. That's
Yeah,
what
there you go.
So we'll grab that in the break.
Pre-worn,
Yeah.
and it's hot and sweaty. In here. No, we'll put it through the laundry first.
Yeah, if you're a lady, will
Times are flooding in.
Yeah, good.
So it's looking like people think David's going to be fast.
Well,
There's a few sub 4. There's no the 4 minute mark.
That's a good time. I would suggest anyone in the 4 minutes. Cover your ears. Well, anyone in the 4 minutes is a good time. I would suggest.
Oh, there's a few people hedging their bets now, going for a bit of
okay.
a slower time.
Idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's good. So yeah, get your times in for the Electricians Challenge, and we'll give you another 30 seconds or so to get those in. Remember, you can play along Gary's Swap Shop. Joe will be pulling out 2 names and bringing us down to us when we do our prizes. And once we've done our prizes, as always, we'll slip into that plug and socket, and hopefully carry on the debate. Maybe we'll introduce AFDDs and things like that, and talk about consumer units. Maybe about the double rail boards. Maybe that's where we're going, Gordon. Maybe we're going like our good friends on the continent.
Yeah.
Where we'll have a time clock, some sort of clip-on monitoring system, something for the solar PV, all sorts of stuff in there. I would suggest within a heartbeat, that's where we'll probably end up, but we'll have your thoughts and comments on that one as well. Gordon, are you ready?
I'm ready. Tons of times in.
Tons of times in. You're really happy? So we'd like to thank the great people at Luden Palazzoli for sponsoring the Electricians Challenge. And let's see how David Draper gets on when he takes on the challenge.
It's time for another Electricians Challenge. Now we're in the middle of colleague versus colleague, as Carl, who's discovered a new toy in the screwdriver, last time on the Electricians Challenge, taking on David from Wago in the Electricians Challenge. Now, David, your electrical experience, do you recognise that tool there?
I think it's a screwdriver. I did sort of electrical engineering probably 35 years ago, so yeah. I know what a tool looks like, but I've not necessarily used one for quite a while.
Well, but that's it. You've got a little bit of knowledge, so that can be a dangerous thing, but we've got big expectations now from that. But Wago must be a great company to work for. I mean, great products.
It's a fantastic company. It's fantastic products. You know, I can actually say I'm proud to walk around with the name on me.
Yeah, and I mean, it's, we've actually made a separate video, 10 things you didn't know about Wago, or is it Vargo? You'll find out in that video. Who's right? Am I right with Wago, which is what most people would call it in the electrical wholesale trade?
Yep.
Yep, and your German colleagues now probably screaming at the television saying it's Vargo. But we'll find out that and some of the other great things about Vargo, because it's a bigger company than people think, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's massive. It's over £1 billion. So
Yeah.
it's a big.
And it's not just 3 part numbers.
It's definitely not 3 part numbers.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff in there. We're always surprised when something turns up from Vargo as to what's going to leap out of the box. But one thing in common: there's never a screw in sight, is there?
Definitely not. We don't like screws.
Yeah, but well, let's see how David did get on with some screws as he took on the Electricians Challenge.
So off and running with David. He hasn't got a lot to follow here, but however, he's probably a little bit fatigued because he's been sat on the sidelines for an eternity waiting for Carl to finish.
Are you somehow suggesting Carl was a little bit slower?
No, I'm suggesting absolutely he was a little bit slower. He was Olympically slow.
Dropping hints already about the time here. David's off, but he's. Let's see how he gets on. Will he be faster than Carl? That's what we're all thinking. Oh, it's just David thinking, I've got this susty. I can coast into a time and hold my head up high in the office. But it looks slow, Gary.
Yeah, it does, because obviously we've watched Carl and that was Olympically slow. So for us on the day, wasn't it? This looked lightning fast, didn't it? Moving around, understanding where conductors go, getting it up the conduit. But now when we're doing a commentary, it feels slow.
In the cold light of day, this looks slow, but steady, accurate. Look at that. That screwdriver is in the slot and he is turning it in the right direction. Just take it easy, David. Take it easy. You've got it. You already can hold your head up high in the office, probably. And he's gone for, is that the tape making an appearance?
Yeah, absolutely. In with the tape, so nicely round there, David. Making sure you get all those conductors. You wouldn't want to leave any out, would you? There'd be a waste of time using.
Okay, we'll snap the tape. So we've sort of gone for the tape, but not fully used the tape. Oh no, we're going back in. We're going to have another try. The tape can speed things up, not in this case. Right, the straighten. Good, we've got the straighten. That's what I like. Give it a good straighten. That is a top tip if you want to get through in one go. But will he get through in one go? So here we go. Up the tube.
Way, and we're out and into the trunking. I noticed a lot of Vargo connectors in there, and it reminds me of that Q&A that Joe did. Can I have a connection within a trunking?
Yeah, there's a good Q&A. Check that out if you haven't seen it. But meanwhile, David flies round Lasico Bend, and he's trying to get those conductors into the consumer unit, and he's made it through there. That's just bringing in a tool. Just take it nice and easy, David. So that's it. Ooh, a little bit of a shake there.
I suppose it's like having kids, though, isn't it? You don't want to beat Carl too much, being the older member of the team. You just want to beat him by enough to have bragging rights, I would suggest.
Well, we don't know if that's a cert yet. It could all go wrong here. All right, just take the screw connectors, David. Yep, we haven't got a screwless consumer unit yet. Perhaps one day. We dream.
Yeah, that they can introduce that technology in there. We're obviously into sockets. We expect it to be expanded into more ways of connecting to electrical accessories in the future. Consumer unit would be fantastic. Come on, David. This is a race, so we need to get a move on now. Now, looking there, that little bit of a whiff of Robin Hood for me.
Robin Hood? Are you one of his merry men, Gary?
Well, maybe one of his merry men. I think you suggested off camera there was a whiff, just a little whiff of a Friar Tuck about that haircut.
I think it is thinning out a little bit, a bit like that carpet you always mean to replace at the top of the stairs. There's a bald patch appearing.
Yeah, there's a tread at the bottom that could do with a little bit of thread, and there's a tread at the top that could do a little bit of thread as well.
Now, some people just, there's an interesting technique here, cutting them individually like he's diffusing something. Just go in again then. Yep, so that's slowed things up a bit. We're stripping in there.
Ooh, a little shaky though, a little shaky.
Yeah, just going back in. Right, so, okay, so he's picked up one top tip. They all double over the CPC.
Yeah, and then just cut it and strip again as you make that connection.
Who gave you that tip?
Nobody.
No?
Nobody gave me that. JB.
JB, we borrowed that one off him.
Yeah, it was my top tip. And I've tried to say that to everyone, give little tips from everyone. The straightening out was a Ross Sands trick in order to get it up the tube every time, first time. And you all noticed, like I did there, that Friar Tuck moment, didn't we? We all homed in on the back shot there. There we go.
So steady away, David. We'll get there. So this is, we're going for accuracy, not necessarily speed, but who knows? Right, the light's reflecting off it now. Actually, bad angle that. So you don't want that one. Carefully position the lights, or or get some cover over spray or something.
Poor old Rick, he's in there and he's probably watching somebody else destroy his time again, hasn't he? Now he's got first hand of how terrible his run was. And look, he's very steady, isn't he? He's not rushing us.
Well, now we've got a bit of
More
a shake
shaking.
there.
More shaking, yeah. We can't help but notice that spot now, can we? We just can't help.
It's like an open fire now in a room. As soon as we see it, we're home in on it. It's the focal point. Right, socket's going back in.
Good.
We're nearly there. This is the bit where people sort of try and speed up a bit.
Still got the shakes.
Bit
Here
of
we
a
go.
fumble there.
Oh dear, come on, David. Come on. Come on.
Oh, so he's putting them in both by hand first, then he's going to go in with a screwdriver. But having said that, it's on well. Sometimes it springs off at this stage and people struggle.
He's nearly got it done. He's just got to spring to his feet. I'd imagine the last bit of like a gazelle as he jumps up to press
coiled
the
spring.
Oh, I can see it now. He's going to lurch up to save those milliseconds in order to press that red stop button. Again, we're looking at the back of his head. Sorry, David, we can't help ourselves. Trade shows, everyone will be coming around to have a look at it. Oh, whoa, like a coiled spring.
Well, David, how did you find the challenge then?
It was a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be, especially getting the cable up the conduit.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hopeful that I might be on this board rather than Carl's board.
Oh, Carl's special board over here we created last time. If you haven't tuned in to see that. Well, let's think about. Do you think screws are the future?
No.
No. Well, luckily we haven't got the chance to get a screwless metal-clad socket yet, so that might improve chances in the future for both of you.
I'll come back then.
Yeah, for both of you. And before we tell David it's time, obviously Carl plugged your competition last time. Win with Wago.
Yep.
Yeah, you can win a van. If you haven't done that, you've got to buy some stuff. And yeah, scan the QR code and get in there. But without further ado, so David, looking at the leaderboard or this leaderboard, where would you like to be? Do you want to turn left or do you want to turn right?
I definitely want to turn right. That would be nice, but I'd be quite happy as long as, I'm somewhere on there. So maybe, I don't know, bottom but one, something like that.
Oh, well, love a man of ambition, isn't it? So let's see here. David Draper. Well, I've got some good news for you because you're above Aaron, which is down there, which is always a great place to be.
Okay.
Who else we got on here? Who would do in your world? Ian Monkton at BG. Paul Elcott, is he in trouble? Let's have a look. We're going to sit in here. You've done this in 5 minutes 32, which puts you in the middle there, just above Paul Elcock.
That will do nicely.
Okay, that was good, wasn't it?
It was. That was a great effort by David. Much better than what Carl did, obviously. But I think David did give a hint that he has some sort of electronic background. But, and of course it is Wago. I think I think we probably recorded that when we'd been told that it was Wago.
Yes.
And not Wago.
Yeah. So, but we still call them Wagos. That's nobody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So you've seen our videos. We flip-flop now between them. I've done the extension board, and I've called that both in it. So So
It's part of that, Gary.
consuming it.
Correct.
Well, I had to. So I have to call it both. Keep everybody happy. The people who
Anyway,
understand what they are.
In
So
times.
So come on,
getting
prices.
it exactly.
No.
At 5 minutes 32 was South Manchester Electrical, who I believe you know. Who might need a steward's inquiry. But someone leaked it there.
Foul play there.
Yeah.
Does he win a hoodie?
Yes.
Do you want? Yeah.
I think he's got one.
Oh well, there we go. He's got two now. He's got a pre-one one now to go with it.
Well done, is what I would say for that. Yeah, so well done for getting exactly the right time. And brilliant. And hopefully, like the commentary suggested to you, once you saw the thinning carpet on the back of David's head, you couldn't help but see anything but it, was it? It was just like every time in focus,
once
wasn't
it pointed
once
it
you
out,
pointed it out. Even we were like, when we cut back into the shot, I was like, oh, what were you looking at the back of his head? Yeah, that's all we looked at. So make sure when you're at a trade show, you go up to David on the Wago stand and just check. Because we would imagine it's not going to get much thicker over the years. We would imagine that will thin right through, yeah. And it reminds me, as I've always said, about that old carpet that we used to have on the stairs back at 75 Oak Way. Bottom of the stairs, a few of those treads are a little bit thin, not so much stitching in there. Would suggest that haircut's got a similar pattern to it. But we like to thank David anyhow, who's never coming back again.
Yeah. And if you'd like to... Yeah, he was a good supporter of the show. Yeah, and he'll never come back. Carl hasn't spoken to you since. And there we go. And these two won't, actually, when you see theirs, because honestly, they've been here. Today, you've done the challenge today. We're not allowed to talk about times yet. Not the times. But if you would like to have a go, there's just go on below and find the Get Involved tab. Just fill in the form there, and we'll try and book a slot for you to come up here and have a go. And you could even join in on a live stream as well.
Yeah,
if you want to.
and that's the perfect one for us, isn't it? That we
Yeah.
do both. And we're doing double and triple headers from now on. So when we've got 2 guests in, it will be a double header on that evening, won't it?
Yeah.
So we'll have are we going to combine the times or something like that? I would imagine.
Well,
So
see, we
maybe,
haven't, we haven't put them out yet. But
2
it's coming up.
prizes, yeah.
We've got
a
Ray
triple
Maloney
header.
next, and then we've got the triple.
Triple header.
And the old turkey teeth coming in there.
Yeah.
So that's the, but that'll be fun. We're looking forward to that one. But yeah, obviously everyone comes up here thinking they're going to be in the top 3, top 2, smash it out, and then obviously you see the shakes creep in. And
Why are you looking at me?
Hey, those shakes
It's
are a real
unbelievable.
thing. Those shakes, I put it down to the air being thinner up here. That was what I thought it was.
yes. We call him the Welsh Wizard now because he shakes that screwdriver around like a wand.
Unbelievable.
Hocus pocus, Expelliarmus. Not on here.
In the space of about 3 strides, he went from super confident to oh dear. Yeah.
I was just nervous having 4 men behind me, heavy breathing.
Oh dear. Moving swiftly on, I would suggest that. So, but again, 2 fantastic double headers, so we've got them coming up, so that's going to be some good fun. So Ray Maloney's next, and yeah, that's a good one as well. He comes up. So if you think we've got the the half Ramo and the full Ramo, we actually christened something. Yeah, we've got the Maloney now, haven't we? So we've added another one. So worth tuning in to find out what's now going to be christened the Maloney moving forward. So that's really good. And he's your mate as well, isn't he? So that's good. So are you going to give Gary's Swap Shops away next? So which is the thermos flask for cold drinks only. It's the hats and a selection of stickers. And the winners are only when you send me in my tool, RCBO, preferably, but not necessarily exclusively, with a functional earth. Second-hand one's fine.
Yeah, so these people, you've got to confess up if you know these people first. Paul Barry. No, that was up. Okay, so he's one.
Well done, Paul.
And Chris Oswin.
They sound like 2 brand new names.
Yeah, I've never heard of those people before.
So you're going to need to explain how they can find our address to send us the
Yeah,
RCBOs?
so just go, drop into the Get Involved tab, obviously find the address down there, and then send us in the RCBOs, preferably with a functional earth. That's the white wire under the old regulations, now changed to pink.
Just to shame you into using them. I've got a pink cable there, I'm not using these, isn't it? I'll get rid of these functional earth.
Send them in and we'll forward them on to Wayne, so he doesn't have to split up.
So that's it. So all the prizes done, but we've still got a couple of consumer units to give away.
Yeah, we'll try and get some good
So
questions
as we slip
in.
into the plug and socket, which is really effectively the after show. So eventually, when we get the house finished, I know it seems like it's been going a long time, we'll go up to what effectively might be the bar stroke resting area. We've got to be careful about passing through the alcoholic beverages. But for this show, it's over. For those who want to stay on, which is always great to see anyone stay on for the plug and socket, which is brilliant. We'd still like to thank the people that make us keep the lights on so we can come live every 2 weeks. Are you here in 2 weeks' time, young man?
Yes, I am. My last one before I go on holiday.
Does it fit perfectly in with your holiday? Do we not miss a beat? Because I moved my holiday to make sure I didn't miss one.
I think Joe said he was going to come up if it needed to.
Okay, fine.
So,
Okay, so that might be a joke. So in 2 weeks' time, it will be us 2 back as long as there's not a crisis
yeah,
in one
we've
of our
got
households.
Marshall Tufflex joining us. We're
Oh,
80 years old, so that'll be interesting to see. Marshall and Tufflex.
Oh, right, okay. And you're going to be 80-year-old, did you say?
No, you're 80-year-old. You're going to be welcome. You'll be celebrating together.
Yeah, as if. So thank you to the following people. We'd like to thank the great people at BG Lasico or the Lasico Group, however you want to go with that one. We'd like to thank our friends, as you've just mentioned, at Marshall Tufflex, and he's looking, so I need to take it off the board really, don't I? I'd like to thank the great people, including David, for doing the challenge wall from Wago. And I'd like to thank our friends at Doncaster Cables, and there's always one I can never remember.
Luton Palazzoli.
Well done for watching the screen. You're even watching it so you know which one's it. So all of those people help support this, and moving forward after Steve's rang him, also Will, and the great people at Verso will also be supporting this live stream, which is really nice, Will. So thank you very much for that. So that's good. Okay. Show's over. Okay, effectively we're finished, so we can relax a little bit. Everyone okay? Oh, yeah, okay. So plug and socket then. Where do we want to go then first? Hopefully some questions, some more consumer units to give away. Oh, dear, that's over. That's good, isn't it? Yeah. And your wife was on, her partner? How come you're not married her then? That's the first thing we need to know.
I don't know. We just haven't. Don't start. She want to get married.
Okay. Send the problem bin. And let's bring the closer camera in. So someone not get married.
I don't know. We're not ready yet.
Not ready yet. No. It sounds like one of you's not
it's
ready.
It's a lot more red now than it was 10 seconds ago.
It's that hot jumper, isn't it? Okay.
It's a long story.
It's a long story, is it?
Yeah.
Plug and socket can go on forever. Okay, in the comments.
We've had a super chat from Sockets.
Oh, right. Why has the lights not changed colour? Oh, he's done it again for me. These are meant to change colour, aren't they?
Give it a chance.
Hang on there. Oh, we've got
Calls
to
every
wait.
5 minutes. We'll see.
Oh, does it? All right, thank you.
Well, Richard
Cheers.
Brook.
He's a good lad.
Chipped in there.
Yeah, he's a good
He
lad.
wants a socket shout out.
Oh, yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah. So, again,
Interestingly, Jamie Blayton suggested we do a plasterers challenge, see how quickly we can fill up the boxes with plaster.
yeah, okay. Where are the sockets? We've had a rerun round. No. Socket Safety Shield, fantastic idea. We all know Richard Brook from Dragon's Den, so he went on there, absolutely crushed it. And what was he on there for about 2.5, 3 minutes for his pitch? He told me it was half a day's effort. So if you've ever been around Richard Brook for half a day and got a word in edgewise, I'd be amazed. So he talked solidly for half a day in order to do his pitch. They cut it down to 2 minutes. He won the money. I think Deborah was one of them. I think Theo Patheus gave him the money. So that shows you what a cracking idea they thought it was. And for reasons that I can't tell you, but that are very ethical, he decided afterwards on reflection to give it a pass. So that was honourable of him. And he makes that socket safety shield, which hopefully Gordon's just found one in the background there. We've got loads here. And these allow you to do a first and second fix before, say, the plasterer comes in, and allows you to fit one of those in order that you can skim round, but your socket's on here fully energised so the customers don't lose their power. It's often used originally, I think, in that rented housing association. What's the word I'm looking for?
Council house.
No, I don't want to say that. That's the word, I don't want to say. What's the word? What do we call it now?
Council house.
No, you did.
Social housing.
Social housing. So it was there where they were trying to say do a kitchen in 2 days, wasn't it? And they energised the stuff back. But obviously it wasn't.
Have you used one of them?
We'll
Do you
give
know
some.
what? I've bought some. I've got about 100 in my lockup, and I still haven't even used them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think of a video.
Yeah. Okay. They're still in the
Make it-
box. I haven't
make
even
it
opened
easy for
them.
you. Genuinely good bloke. We've got the splates as well. We've done some stuff with the splates, which allows you to put it onto your box, push the plasterboard against it, and then turn it round. And you can see where you cut your hole, can you? We did a short on that. Did really well for the
And we've
splates.
got a
as
video
well.
coming up where we used those actually, because what we found was the Milwaukee pack-outs, a CEF catalogue, 3 of those was just the right height to get the unistrut level to put through the struts layer. So there you go. That was the. It took a bit of doing. I was scratching around trying.
That's what reminded me. I put mine on this one.
That's why that sticker's on there.
Sorry, Rich. Yeah, I did use it because I was also in that race. So there is an eFIXX. We haven't done an eFIXX race for a long time, have we?
No.
So the strut slayer. Okay, one of us gets a strut slayer. I probably get a nail file, don't I, for the other one to try and go through the can we call it Unistrut? Did we use Unistrut?
We did use the
Channel?
original
So
Unistrut,
we
didn't it?
we
Yeah.
used Unistrut because Unistrut's a trade name,
Vatco, yeah.
as is tarmac, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
I
can't call
found
it
that the other day.
Yeah,
Oh, you
I
didn't
know.
know tarmac? Oh, you can't call it tarmac. You get into big trouble.
Yeah, but I didn't know Tarmac was a company. I just thought it was Tarmac.
Yeah. Oh,
I
no.
didn't realise that was Unistrut.
No.
Yeah,
The
Unistrut.
other channel is available.
Yeah. That's what we have to say. Yeah. We said in our video, didn't we? Our review. This is Unistrut. We could call it that. Yeah, it's channel.
Wow.
Yeah. So thank you, Richard. So yeah, great product, great idea. The bloke's full of great stuff, and he's one of the most since I've been doing this, I've met some great people on the tour, especially when we were live in the early days. But
Yeah,
Richard's
that's fun.
Richard's just such a character. Where did we meet him first? Was it at a football stadium? Was it Rotherham or something like that? Some distant part of the world that we were travelling around.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, believe it or not, we used to do events, didn't we?
Yeah.
We used
They
to
were
do
awesome.
events.
The events
yeah,
were
we used
great.
to have some good for thanks. You know,
Yeah.
we were in that embryonic stage at that time. Anyone want us to do a big event? Anyone want us to?
Big trade
Yeah,
show.
big
yeah.
trade
Big
show.
trade
Yeah,
show.
anyone wants to
I
do a
think
big?
you should, because
Yeah, should we do a big trade show?
I think you should do an eFIXX trade show.
Yeah. But where would you have it though? You'd say Wales, wouldn't you?
No, I wouldn't. I'd say somewhere centrally, to be truthfully honest.
Right.
NEC,
Right.
Coventry, something
Yeah,
like
say in the Midlands or
that.
something.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
We'll mull that one.
Yeah, we'll mull that one over. We'll mull that one over.
Yeah, you've got a big enough following, haven't you, to make it a success, I think.
Yeah, but we want it to be fun though, wouldn't we? We wouldn't want it just to be grey mail and stale. That's us. We want it to be fun. Well, everyone has to look like you, Will. That's what we have to say. If you didn't look like Will,
You're not cool, you're not coming in.
Yeah, you're not coming in. But no, we used to travel around doing that. So you were. I think the first time I met you was at the first event, and we were in.
It was in Bicester.
Was in Bicester.
Sponsored by Lamps, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all right.
It was,
just
yeah.
starting off. Yeah, just lots of good ideas. I think we had there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we took those ideas forward. Right, Gordon, what you got?
We've got Secret Millionaires chipping in here.
Oh, where's he?
Craig Gifford. Do you know the Secret Millionaire? No. His wholesalers looking to get an alternative manufacturer for consumer units. They do Hager and another one that begins with Niglan. Niglan? You know that?
What, Niglon?
Yeah, I'm trying not to mention him, but there you go. He's trying to get them. They need your help. Get in touch with Secret Millionaire because they need your help.
Anytime. If you can just, follow us on our Instagram, @Verso Electrical, and just drop us a line there.
Yeah.
Or I'm on there if you want me, william.winter1, and we'll be more than happy to help.
Hashtag wow.
Hashtag wow.
William Oliver Winter.
You know, Craig Gifford's not really an electrician. He's just, we call him secret millionaire. He has this champagne lifestyle. He just masquerades as a job
all
an electrician.
electricians do.
No.
That's the myth, isn't it? That's the rumour.
And again, been up, done the race hall, got a good time. Yeah, it's got a good time. So yeah, thank you. And we're trying to get him to come back in again. We've fallen foul of our popularity at the minute. I'm trying to get people, like you said, we're all booked up. I think Residual Current reached out to me today, Mikey, to come up, but we're stacked till October, aren't we?
Yeah.
With guest slots are gone really. So that's becoming. It's gone from can you come up, and then they don't quite rightly come back to you very quickly, and then they've left it some time, and now I'd like to come up. Yeah, it looks like it's October. So it's a long time. Yeah, it is, because we've got every fortnight we've got guests, which is good.
I love Mike's channel, man. He's got a really good channel, Residual Current.
Yeah, nice bloke.
Different stuff, you see.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's completely different. Yeah, one of my favourites.
There you go. Yeah, because he's not doing the same as everyone else. That's why he's one of our favourites. So yeah, that's all good. Yeah, we had Ryan on for a while. Ryan did the best one, didn't he? That time when he got a job, didn't he? I had a dream. Woke up. I got interviewed for a job at eFIXX along with someone from the office. Who was it from the
Keith
office?
Keith
from the office.
Keith and accounts from the office. Do you remember the office?
Absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, you remember that? Yeah,
Hilarious. He was absolutely hilarious. It was. So yeah, fair play.
There you go. So Alan Quinn, give me a hello. There you go. Just had a hello.
Hello, Alan.
Hello,
Hey.
hello,
Alan. Alan Quinn. Hello. So that's all good. Right, Colin, what's the topic in there? Are we carrying on with split boards, or are we going somewhere else?
I don't know. Stuff coming here.
Has my wife been on tonight?
No.
That's what we're in, isn't it?
Oh, I've got to say hello to my wife and my two beautiful girls.
They're tuning in.
Yeah.
Do they have a
Mercy,
YouTube
Zara and
screen
Katie.
name?
Not that I'm going to share.
All right. Okay. We're just trying to see if they're in the comments.
Oh, sorry, no. Well, I hope she hasn't. She's not supposed to have one. She's only 9.
Sneaking on your account, you'll just.
She used to, yeah. I used to go onto my YouTube, and all of a sudden be following all these sort of really annoying YouTube channels for kids, and I used to pop in like, no.
I've got that.
Mercy's been on my phone.
Yeah, but you can learn a thing or two from there, and that's what I found out this week, watching some of that stuff and delving into it. You know, those people have got millions and millions and millions of viewers.
They? Yeah,
They're doing
they're
something
the hoof
right.
guy.
Yeah. They're the richest YouTubers, aren't they? The ones actually pitching the kids.
Oh, those family channels.
Yeah, and all that sort of stuff.
Early adopters, though, innit? They're normally early adopters.
Are you going to set up a family channel?
No.
The Winter family, Winter's Wonderland.
Can you imagine at Christmas all in the same blooming pyjamas?
We do that.
Oh,
We do
yeah. You look
Get
alright.
the dogs involved as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be done.
We're halfway there.
Thank you very much for watching. Bye. Yeah, we can see that. So where are we going with the conversation then? So what we're going to circle into?
Gary, you coming to Watford or Uxbridge?
What for? College Connection?
I don't know.
I don't know. Who is that?
Sean Dempsey. There you go.
Sean Dempsey. We're going. How far south are we going? I haven't seen the new roster. Steve, fair play to Steve. We've got a guy in what should we call him? Sales. We've got a sales guy, Steve. Yeah. So one of the other directors in the business. He's currently working on 2023's plan. I think it's full, isn't it? Am I full up for next 2023?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, I think there's only 1 or 2 slots left. So, yeah, when we go south, I can't think how far south am I going?
Devon. Yeah.
So how far north am I going next time?
Aberdeen.
So, yeah, that's we're on tour now, aren't we? We're on tour.
I hope they're not consecutive, because that's a hell of a week.
But how Steve works, he's brilliant. He's great. But how Steve works was, I do him on a Monday, because then it doesn't wreck the week. So I've gone to him, remember Steve, I won't be going Devon on Monday and I won't be going Aberdeen. Oh, I didn't think. Good job you said. I would have put you in for a Monday. I'm driving up there on a Sunday, am I? Gee. So yeah, so we are broadening that tour. We start the tour again, we just finished it. We do go live stream, which I'd love more electricians to join me on this one, just to help out in the comments or maybe get some good ideas. Me and Wayne have been talking today about possibly you trying to get some of your stuff that you take out that's still decent and maybe dropping it off at your local college. Yeah. Something I've said many times on here, that if you're taking stuff out, clean white sockets, metal clad sockets that are just the rooms being changed, even lengths of conduit that are a reasonable length, and you can give them to your local college, they will gladly take them off you, which is a lovely touch. But we're going to start on the 27th. We're going to debut one before the end of the academic year, so look, a free hit. I'm bringing Marcus up, my mate from my college days. He's going to come up and we're going to go live on the 27th of this month at 12:30. Yeah. And we're going to try and start to develop some live streams for students. We've got some nice segues. So we've got JB, so he's come. So I've been to his Oxford Training Centre. He's got 6 little video vignettes for us. And we'll do little bits like, starting college, on-site guide, regulations, and just sort of trying to help you out with those sort of basic stuff as you kick off. But, excuse me, I would like Electricians to join us on that as well, because there'll be some stuff in the comments that we don't get to, because I think the first one, you're not even here, are you, Gordon?
I'm in Ipswich.
Yeah, so I'm in a world of trouble, so I won't be able to do comments, present the main camera, and Marcus has never been on with us before, so I could do with a little bit of support, and I apologise for the one that didn't come out. An update on Ian Clark,
It's all right, Gary.
Yeah.
I'll tune in from Ipswich and I'll be in the comments with Octopus Electric.
Good, yeah. So Ian Clark, who was due on the first one, he's hopefully going to be having a little operation perhaps in August, and we took him down to Hull, didn't we?
He went to
Hull.
CF, across the river to Hull.
Yeah, we got presented with his College Lecturer of the Year award, so that was considering he's not very well, that was a lovely touch by Ludin Pavazoni, wasn't it? Right, come on, and where are we going?
Anyone wants to go to Northern Ireland? Would love to go to Northern Ireland. Just got to get the college, a suitable college in Northern Ireland to get in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a two-way thing. We're not. The first round of them, we contacted colleges to see if they wanted us to come, but now this time we've filled up, I think, 10 of 12, haven't we, with colleges that have asked for us. So we're going to leave it to be that sort of way round now. If you want us to come to us, which we've got 10 already, just get in.
Says here, Wayne uses American wire strippers. Pass it on. Is that right?
Is that Jack, JRC?
No, the UK spot Rich.
Right.
What those ones that fold in and out themselves, that sort of routine.
They're a bit like the 5-in-1 installation pliers. Have you seen them?
Crescent, mate. Was it Crescent ones? We had some Crescent ones in.
No, they're maybe a Nipex.
No, they're the American
It's still
Nipex.
expensive then.
Oh yeah, and they're like the American versions, right? All the cutouts are measured in
Gauge.
Yeah.
What's that all about? Is the number get bigger, the cable gets? It's the other way around, isn't it?
It's the wrong way around.
Yeah.
Smaller number, bigger cable.
Yeah. That's odd, isn't it? So that's all good. So all right, and Gordon. So so we're in the plug and socket. So Will,
Gifford's October. We can always fit Craig Gifford in, can't we? We'll sneak him in.
what for?
A return visit.
Yeah, I know. I've let him down a couple of times. He's left me messages and all sorts. He just couldn't come back with a date. I think when he wanted to come.
He ignores you, Craig.
No, I don't. No, Craig knows that. He's just got to ring me sometimes. Craig knows that. He sends a message and then I don't always get back. I'm not good at it.
Rich has just put the keyword in. You're a bit late there, Rich. Yeah, just switch on the Rich cam.
Right, hang on. The Rich cam. Hang on, I'll put the mics on for you. You're live, lads. What's up?
Am I a winner? Just put in the key word.
Oh, right, okay. You're not in with a chance. you need to look at...
Maybe next time then.
Are you gone further up the board or further down the board? You can't tell us though, Rich, I'm afraid. Rich now helps out that he gives all the tips on the wall. And every time his time gets destroyed, he just drops another place. Doesn't he, bless him? So that's all good.
Yeah.
All good. So what we got coming up on the channel then, Gordon? So what's new?
Well, we've got our strut Slayer.
Is that coming out now, is it?
No, we're waiting for the stock to arrive in the UK. We've just got a new one turned up today.
Okay. Oh, we got a new one? Oh, was that our own?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
So, because we've got a big uni-strut frame to build.
All right. And can we keep it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think we can.
We've got a strut Slayer.
Yeah. So now anything's going to be made out of strut now.
Yeah.
Just...
Well, it was before.
It was before, but that takes a bit of time. That.
It really was.
If you could make it in heavier material, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, we just made it the heaviest thing we could.
Yeah.
No
So
light gauge for
we'll
us.
be doing a range of garden furniture, beds, all sorts now, isn't it? So,
You start a new trend. Everyone was making stuff out of pallets last summer. It'll be...
I think it could be a trend. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has
I need
been.
to get the strut Slayer.
Yeah.
And what's nice about the strut Slayer is it a three-pronged attack? Or we sent one of them videos out already? Because we've definitely got a race in it, and we've got a review of a race.
Yeah, and some short videos.
Some short format videos, really good. Race is good. If only to see how we packed out the Unistrut, I would suggest. Thank you very much, Richard Brook. Notice our lights didn't change colour though, did they?
No, I'll
Yeah,
see
got
what's
that
happening
right,
now.
yeah.
I'll have to switch on the... should do.
So, for super, is it super thanks or
Super
chat?
chat.
Super chat when you go live, is it? Super chat, so thanks for the super
What worked
chat.
for you last week? Just Richard Brook. I don't think he's paid his credit card bill.
I don't know, mine went straight out of the bank.
Yeah.
I don't know when I linked the two together.
Right.
So I did it, I thought, I'm going to have to go through the process of obviously punching some card numbers. So I set it first of all, pulled the nothing happened, then you had to put it to a certain number before it allows you to do it. So great.
Oh, he's put another one in.
I pulled it all the way along, thought great, went to hit go, £44.46 or something I was going to put in the super chat, straight back down the road. 44 quid.
You've probably linked it, Gary, to those websites you've been visiting. It's already programmed in. Hold on, I'm gonna...
So I take it that must be through my AdSense account that comes through. So
I'm going to see.
Your
Richard
phone.
said colour light change test, but it doesn't seem to be going through. I'll have to do it manually. There you go, just to keep Rich happy. There you go, that's Tokyo.
Right, okay. Is that Tokyo?
It's Tokyo. Yeah.
Quite dim now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you put the fire on for us?
Oh no, it's a bit. I have to switch off here.
I was going to say this too could do with the benefit.
Make it feel hot in here.
Imagine psychologically how that do you and then roasting fire in the background. So that's good.
Yeah.
Stock issues? Got any?
No.
So if I came in, it's all there.
Yeah, not only is it all there, we're one of the few people that actually keep finished stock. So at source, so we've got 40-foot high cubes worth of stock ready to ship at any time I push the button.
Because you also manufacture. You've
Correct,
got a place. You've got your R&D. You make this stuff, don't you? Which is a big myth. I'd imagine people don't believe that. Do they?
Of course, it is. I mean, but again, I was touched on earlier because of our origins are very, very entrepreneurial. I mean, I started from Starbucks 10 years ago.
So you started Starbucks 10 years ago.
If I started
Starbucks,
I would be a very, very happy.
I didn't realise it was you.
Very different holidays. Yeah. we're going to Tenby this year. Whereas if I started Starbucks, I think
You'd own Tenby.
Yeah, that's it.
So because that was a good story. So why did you start in Starbucks then?
Well, the PG-13 version is I left a wholesaler I was working for.
Okay.
And decided I would make a. I wanted to just give it a go. All right. It's like you were saying earlier about Wayne, when you thought like let's give it a go. If it doesn't work, you just go back to where you were, and that's kind of how I felt about it. So I had a background of working in aerospace engineering. That doesn't mean I make planes, by the way. And if I did, don't get on one. But yeah, and I wanted to start making my own kit. I'd seen a lot of, obviously working in wholesale, and seen a lot of other manufacturers how they'd done it. And that's not to throw shade at anyone else, but I just thought I could do a better job at it. And so I started importing products, various factories, maxed out my first credit card to go out to the shows and meet different people and see what product I could bring in. We worked with some awesome factories in the early days, but we were an importer, which you get an option. It's a bit like when you go on to when you can personalise your trainers at Nike or something like that. Other trainers are available, and you go on there and you can pick the colours. You can do this, but at the end of the day, it's still that trainer. And that was that's kind of how importing works, and that's why you see an awful lot of similarity in certain products in the market. But we were one of them to begin with. But rather than continue down that trend, we invested all that straight back in, so we could buy our own tooling, have our own R&D, afford to send our stuff over to better testing houses, so we can compete with leading names on certification, and just build up slowly. And there's two ways you can go about it. You can go to volume game and keep importing and doing that, and you're kind of subject to price. You're subject to changing landscapes, and you don't have control of your own future. Or you go real slow and steady and you build it up like we've done, and we're as close to controlling our own fate as we possibly can. I have complete control over the supply chain, raw materials, the components and everything else, whereas if you take an off the shelf product like a lot of people do, you don't have that luxury. So that's why when we put these products together within the Verso brand, like someone earlier mentioned, it's a PremSpec rebrand board. When we were PremSpec Electrical, we did take an import board, which is the same as an awful lot of the boards out there at the minute. And it was okay, it was functional, there was nothing on that. And we took all the lessons we learned from importing when we went into actually being proper manufacturers and put it into this product. And then we certified the wazoo out of it, and we tested the crap out of it as well. And then we gave it to Sparks and said, smash it out, try and break it. And we go back, and even when we first launched this board, there's a few little things that just could have been improved, so we did.
Okay, so the question, Will, was why did we start in Starbucks? Okay, and it's a great answer. So we'll come back to you.
Because I couldn't afford Wi-Fi in my house.
and coffees.
And because if you buy a filter, well, it was, I don't know if it still is, if you buy a filter coffee there, it was £1, and they'd refill it for free all day. So for £1 a day, I had an office.
With Wi-Fi, unlimited coffee.
Unlimited coffee, very, very little sleep, and like eyes like this.
I'm not surprised I didn't have much sleep. Drinking all that coffee.
That was it. It wasn't the fact I couldn't pay my bills, it was all the caffeine.
You started out, came a caffeine addict.
I'd imagine when it rumbled down there, you had to get quick, didn't you?
Well, that Starbucks there in Cardiff is actually 24 hours, so time flies when you're drinking too much coffee.
But again, it circles back into maybe that little bit we said as well. We'll come back to you earlier on about taking a risk and doing stuff. And people, if it doesn't succeed, people always out like to have a
Yeah,
little
but
chuckle,
anyone
it doesn't matter.
successful in business, you know, like the Alan Sugars of the world, they all took a risk at some point, didn't
And
they?
made mistakes.
Yeah,
Alan Sugar's gone bankrupt a couple of times.
Yeah.
He's definitely worth a couple of quid now.
Yeah. What's he say? One of the few millionaires that can actually write a cheque for £100 million that will cash.
Yeah.
So in other words, that's what sits in his
his
bank.
bank,
In
yeah.
his bank. Yeah, which is pretty cool, isn't it? But again, yeah, we can revere him now. But there's been times in his career when
yeah.
he
Yeah,
wasn't so
exactly.
popular, was there? Okay, so you started out pound coffees, free Wi-Fi in
Yeah.
Starbucks.
Yeah,
Caffeine
exactly that.
Wow,
Yeah.
fantastic. Right, Gordon, you
It's Andrew Brown's birthday.
Andrew Brown's birthday. Now wait for it.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time with Andrew down at the eLEXX show we did, and his daughter sold the car that he bought her. I think that was the one.
Well, there you go. Well remembered
Yeah,
this
no,
time,
it's good.
Gary. So,
He's
yes,
a nice
it is
bloke.
the
He was. I
same
want to spend
Andrew
some,
Brown.
I want to spend some more time with him.
Yeah.
So next time we go to that show,
So he's 56 today, and he's watching this and celebrating his birthday watching Will. So should we send him a consumer unit
Yes.
for a birthday?
I think it'd be
I think
fantastic.
he gets a consumer unit.
So
yeah.
get involved, tab, bang it in for us, Joe. So thank you for that one. So fill your details in, Andrew.
Yeah.
And for a birthday present, remember you've got 48 hours to jump into the discount code via the link in the description below in order to get 10% off all your Verso.
Our CBOs are going.
Yeah.
Well, they can do it on all. They've also got our accessories on there as well. I think. Yeah. I mean, you bought the accessories on there before as well, haven't you?
Not
No,
often, no,
someone else.
no.
You didn't use them, do you?
He does actually. I hope.
I've got a lock-up full of them.
Oh, there you go.
And Billy Torrey's birthday next Tuesday, but you've already said you were sending you a board.
Is Billy Torrey getting one? Is Billy Torrey getting a board? Is he?
Earlier
Is he the
on,
one in
yeah.
Scotland?
You've been listening.
Of course, yeah. So
He lives
he's
near
Scot-
Edinburgh, actually.
Yeah,
Corrected me
but
there.
he gets.
Oh, he's serial
serial
winner. Yeah.
He only tunes
And
in.
he's always a bit, normally guesses the time pretty
yeah.
right as well.
Yeah,
So,
he's pretty red hot.
yeah.
You know, we wouldn't pick him out in the lineup, but we've never ever seen a picture of him.
We never see these people. We go to a show and people say, oh, regular. And it's great to meet people, but
It is.
obviously sometimes takes us a while to figure out who they are because the name they comment on YouTube doesn't match their real name.
No,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, they come up to it, and it was really nice, and we love it. And what was the last show we went to? Was
Fully
it?
Charged
Fully
Live,
Charged.
which
Yeah,
was
we
like-
didn't. We thought we'd smuggle ourselves in there, didn't we? We were walking around like no one would know who we were here. Wasn't it? That was great.
Did you
It
wear
was
your
great.
bright red shirt?
No,
so?
but we did. But it was a completely different sort of demographic, wasn't it? It was more different sector, really, being that green sector. But we still struggled to get round, didn't we? Which was nice. In some
Struggle to
ways.
go to the toilet. So,
You had my Murray Walker moment, didn't you?
I don't mind speaking to people, but when you're trying to answer a call of nature, you don't really want to be talking about electric car chargers, do you? But,
I'll take it a swift handshake, do you?
yeah, pleased to meet you too. Just mark that down, but yeah, that was a one.
That was it. Well, we call it my Murray Walker moment because when I was a lad, we were a really small lad. I went to some sort of Formula One or motorbike race with my dad, and I went into the toilets. Dad stood outside, and Murray Walker came out the other way. And my dad said, "Oh, you've just had a waz with Murray Walker." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know I had." So that's my claim to fame, I think.
So there we go. Avatar Jack, he says the Verso Type C USB socket is very nice.
Oh, thank you very much. They're also fast charge,
Yeah.
which is really handy in my house.
Right.
Are they the ones that JB's been fitting where you got an A one side, C the other?
Yeah. So you've got a 2.4A one side, and then you've got the fast charge Type C on the other.
And then you got any in the boot?
I think there's one there, isn't there?
Is there? Oh, I need a pair.
There might be
So
one.
we're
in
just
the
giving this
sample
stuff away
packs
to randomers everywhere that come up to trade shows, and I haven't got a C charger in my house.
Yeah.
So
there. Well, especially with certain manufacturers' mobile phone now, and you come in with.
Yeah.
They don't even come.
Apple, you can see it.
Oh, cool. Can I?
No, well, yeah, there still comes with a lightning, but they're going to
Yeah,
have
it
to
does.
do USB-C.
Yeah.
And we've been
But see,
warning people for ages.
But they don't come with an adapter anymore, do they?
No.
So it's straight into the wall. But it's,
I don't think any of them can do, moving forward.
Is that right?
I think that's in that rule.
So it should be. How many? We've all got plenty of them lying around at
They're
home.
awful.
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
You can never find one when I want one, though.
No.
No.
And they do seem to grow legs, especially when you've got kids and just
Oh yeah, my kids every socket in their
Right,
bedroom.
here's what you want to do. Here's a product for you. Yeah.
tamper-proof charger for kids.
No. A USB charging socket.
Yeah.
It's got a lead permanently attached to it.
I'm sure. Doesn't that exist?
I haven't seen one. because the kids come in, they pinch your lead. You've got the socket by the bed. They've taken the lead.
Oh, so
and
it's
moved
a
it.
bit like a cartoon when they run off and it pulled right back. 'cause
Yeah,
it's stuck to
that's
the
what you
wall.
want. A permanently welded lead to it. So you
Retractable,
can't.
can you?
Yeah.
Retractable.
Well,
When you
I'm
let it
sure
I've
go,
seen that somewhere.
like a tape measure. That'd be
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Well, maybe
That's a good idea.
So it's
Yeah,
like
pulls
the
out the wall like that.
that
Like those tool
might have been on
holders.
Wish or something like
Well, we'll just dive. It probably has been done. There's all sorts on there. Isn't
that.
it?
Oh,
I love those
there's
plugs
some
you get.
absolute
I love those
carnage
plugs you
on
get
there.
if you go to China and stuff. The everything plug.
Oh yeah, every country, everywhere. in the
You
world.
don't need adapters because that plug is the holes on it are sort of like sculpted
That's
to
it.
take every
They'll go in
conceivable option. You can get your fingers straight in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Anything you can plug in. The everything plug.
And your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like. Yeah.
Ideal for forks, knives, and small children.
Yeah. Problem solving. Yeah. You got a problem. There's a solution.
Yeah, yeah. I quite like my children. And they're getting older, so they're getting nearer the exit door now, which is always nice, isn't it? So that's all good.
Yeah. Oh dear. There we go.
So how many consumers do we give away? We've got one more, I think, haven't we?
3 so far. We don't need. We can keep people in for the comments after post-event comments as well.
Okay.
So
All right. So we're going to give 3 away.
the UK spot. Why the name Verso?
I'm sure he knows this.
Oh, all right. You can tell.
I don't.
He's seeding it here, is he? He's asked this question.
No, Verso came from. So we actually started Verso in 2017 with the wiring accessories, and we wanted to make a real versatile range of products. So it was modular, inline terminals. We had all these great ideas. Couldn't think of a name. Came up with some real bad ones, some absolute terrible ones. And we were going to be doing one of the trade shows. In fact, I think it might have even been we were looking to do a stand for one of your first eFIXX shows.
Yeah.
And the company called 360 down in Cardiff, who we use. My friend Leighton owns it, and he had this modular stand system. I said, "Oh," he's trying to sell it to me and that. I said, "Oh, what's it called?" He said, "Versalite." I'm pitching that. That's brilliant. And so just literally I looked over to my number 2. I said, "Verso." That's ideal. Which is actually why the logo is all like interclicked into it, and it's kind of it's for the modular aspect of the switches. But then we just built that same kind of terminology and same aspect into the board, so it can be versatile, modular, and just work. That was the best bit. Go together is the idea.
There you go.
So that's where it comes from, man.
Yeah.
That's an exhibition company.
Stole the idea. Sounds familiar. We love stealing ideas. You got the tool from above, like the dove from above. We've got the tool wall, like the cool wall.
Yeah.
We've got the race wall. What other ones have we stolen? We steal everything, don't we? So that's good.
Wasn't it Picasso said, good artists create, great artists steal?
Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, we like that. No point coming up with a fresh idea. There's another good one out there. How many have we got on, Gordon? We've got 20, 30?
Plenty on. But yeah, people have divided on the tethered USB socket lead anyway, so we might have to park that one for a bit. And some people don't even like USB sockets full stop, but customers do though. That's the problem.
Oh, I do in my house.
Yeah.
Like again, like my office is brilliant because everything's on. Like you got your iPad there, you got your phone there. It's fun. Like,
But should we have a dedicated USB circuit? That's what people keep saying.
Ooh.
You know, that's it. You have a central power supply because we got them.
They reckon that with DC, don't they? When you start having your battery
Yeah.
wall and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Why is there not a DC circuit in a house at least?
That makes sense though when you think about it, doesn't it, going forward? I mean, especially when you think about all the renewable technologies and everything and how it's going to keep advancing.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, to be fair.
I did a house years ago, and his lighting system was half DC and half AC, and he had forklift batteries which he would charge off the solar. Right. And then if you want, you just swap it over to that and use that for his lighting.
Ahead of the curve, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He had heavily granted off the government. He had solar panels, it was all like reclaimed wood, he had a ground source heat pump, you know.
Have you done grand designs or something?
That was about 12 years ago, that was as well. Yeah, he was quite ahead of the curve.
Yeah, it was. That's where it's all going, and loads of people will resist it, but the force of change is coming, and
Yeah.
you're just going to have to go and do it, unfortunately. So, well, I don't say unfortunately. it's a
I
good
think, Gary, we have been on an hour 40.
Okay, so we are. So just for, I've got to drive, and you've got to drive. How far is your journey? Trump me with the length of your journey.
220 miles.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'm 180, so I'll be home before you. So we're both driving back tonight. For those people who have been following me on other social media platforms, tomorrow I'm going back to Open Violence with my daughter. Thank you to everybody that helped that become possible. In order that she can have the next stage beforehand. So this is some sort of casting stage. I'm not 100% certain what this stage is. And then hopefully the next time we go down, which might be within 6 weeks, she might have a prosthetic hand. So we might have her back up to have a go at the race hall or something like that. Never know. The first person with a prosthetic hand to do it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Right?
So yeah, we had the first person from Wales to do it today, didn't we?
Yeah.
I have
First
been
person in
told
white shoes to do it today.
First one in plimsolls to do it. Yeah. Remember then when you were at school, if you had white plimsolls, it weren't as good as the black ones, was it? You know, so
Get your foot stamped on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Everyone's
first
trying
one
to
you're doing
christen
some
them,
white
yeah.
shoes, isn't it?
So as always, we thank everyone that stayed on for the plug and socket. We've got some great content coming out this week. Look out for the strut slam when we do release it, and the racing, that is fantastic. Joe's been keeping up to date with the Q&As as well as CPDs. Remember to stay on top of your continued professional development, or those training modules that you can find on the eFIXX website, eFIXX.co.uk. If you go to the know-how tab, we've got over 20. And our latest one was on about the changes for consumer units, which is quite topical that we've talked about tonight on there, as well as other great ones about downlights and about ventilation and about all kinds of great stuff. And especially if you've got somebody that you're working with that's training, it helps them keep on top of the sectors that maybe they're struggling to touch or cover at college, such as EV as well. So that's on the know-how tab at eFIXX.co.uk. We'd like to thank our guests. We'd like to thank Wow, which is Will Oliver Winter, or as his friends call him, Wow. Okay, and we'd like to thank A1 Electrical Services and Wayne, our good friend, who's going to do some more YouTube videos in the near future. And
The
we
Welsh
think that-
Wizard,
yeah.
we brand us.
Yeah, Wayne the Welsh Wizard, www. Yeah, okay, as well for joining us tonight, and considering we've got Olympic journeys home as well.
Yeah,
So we
thanks for
thank
having me.
everyone, and as usual, we'd like to thank the guys in the roof. We'd like to thank the boys. I'm sure they're going to wave. Thank you, Joe. Try and use a bit of enthusiasm. No mic needed, mate. We've had enough of you now. And we'd like to thank the grey man and stale presenters, in myself and Gordon as well. Yeah? Okay. You'll be a bit older next time we see him, Gordon. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you very much for joining us.